The Cold War is often depicted as a global rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. However, the communist world was far from unified. One of the most significant internal conflicts occurred between Josip Broz Tito, leader of Yugoslavia, and Joseph Stalin, the Soviet dictator. This bitter split not only defined the fate of Yugoslavia but also revealed the deep ideological and political fissures within the communist bloc. This documentary explores the dramatic clash between Tito and Stalin during the Cold War. Background: the rise of Tito and Stalin. Josip Broz Tito, a charismatic leader of the Yugoslav partisans during World War II, Tito unified the diverse ethnic groups of Yugoslavia and established a socialist federation. Joseph Stalin, leader of the Soviet Union and the communist world, Stalin sought to consolidate control over Eastern Europe and maintain strict ideological conformity. The Tito-Stalin split. Causes and conflicts. Yugoslavia's independent path. Tito resisted Stalin's attempts to dominate Yugoslavia politically and economically. Ideological differences. Tito's vision of socialism emphasized national independence and worker self-management, contrasting with Stalin's centralized model. Foreign policy disagreements. Yugoslavia's support for communist movements outside Soviet control and refusal to align fully with Moscow's strained relations. Stalin's response. Stalin accused Tito of Titoism, nationalist deviation from communist orthodoxy, and sought to isolate and undermine Yugoslavia. The break in 1948. Cominform expulsion. Expulsion from the Cominform. In 1948, Yugoslavia was expelled from the Soviet-led Communist Information Bureau. Economic and military pressure. Stalin imposed economic blockades, threatened invasion, and encouraged internal dissent to topple Tito. Yugoslavia's resilience. Despite Soviet hostility, Tito maintained control and pursued a unique socialist model. Tito's independent socialism. Market socialism. Yugoslavia adopted reforms allowing worker self-management and decentralized economic planning. Non-aligned movement. Tito positioned Yugoslavia as a leader of the non-aligned movement, balancing between East and West. Domestic unity. Tito's leadership held together Yugoslavia's diverse ethnic groups through federalism and political maneuvering. Cold War significance. Challenge to Soviet hegemony. The Tito-Stalin split was the first major rupture within the communist bloc. Symbol of sovereignty. Tito's defiance inspired other countries and showed that Soviet dominance was not absolute. U.S. support. The West saw Tito as a potential ally and provided covert support to Yugoslavia. Legacy of the rivalry. Yugoslavia's unique position. The split shaped Yugoslavia's distinct identity during the Cold War. Impact on communist movements. The divide influenced other socialist countries grappling with Moscow's authority. Long-term consequences. Tito's death and the absence of his leadership contributed to Yugoslavia's eventual fragmentation in the 1990s. The Tito-Stalin rivalry was a defining conflict within the Cold War communist world. It highlighted ideological differences, nationalist ambitions, and the limits of Soviet control. Tito's steadfast independence not only shaped Yugoslavia's course but also reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Cold War.